Hello, this is MH and welcome to another edition of Pokemon Unite. Today I'll be going through the math behind how to get to Master Rank in the game. So, Pokemon Unite in a nutshell, let's have a recap. Pokemon Unite is a free-to-play multiplayer online battle arena game or a MOBA. Players team up and take down the opposition in a 5-on-5 strategic team battle game to see who can score the most points within the allotted time. So you may ask, what is ranked mode? When I first started to play, I wasn't able to find a very clear idea on what exactly it takes to rank up and how many performance points and etc. you will need to go up quickly. So today I am making a guide to help demystify this aspect. So as you're aware, there are several modes, namely ranked, standard, and quick. Ranked is the competitive mode, which kind of gives you a sense of progression as you start off in the beginner rank and slowly move your way up to the coveted master rank. As of writing and as of viewing today, there is only one available stage, the remote stadium, and each match lasts around 10 minutes. Personally, I would make it around 15 minutes from start to finish, as you will need additional time for lobbying, matchmaking, score tallying at the end, and if you're so interested, you can actually review your statistics before you move on to the next game. So let's break down the terminology that you will need to understand for ranked mode. So ranks, number one. There are 6 ranks in the order of beginner, great, expert, veteran, ultra, and of course, master. Within each rank, there will be something called a class. So each rank is subdivided into classes in the order of beginner class 1, beginner class 2, beginner class 3, and then you get promoted to great class 1 and so on all the way until ultra. Now, as you can see, for beginner level, there are only 3 classes. For great, there are 4, and from expert onwards, there are 5 classes for each rank. And once you reach masters, they ditch the class system altogether, and you will be given a rating starting from 1200 onwards. And for each win, you will gain a certain number of points in the order of 10 to 12, depending on who you're matched on. And if you lose, obviously, you lose around 10 to 15 points as well. And within each rank, there is something called diamonds. So each class has 3 empty diamonds, yeah? So once you fill all 3 diamonds, you will move up your class or ranks if you win the subsequent match or fill your performance point bar. So this comes into a very critical concept, performance points. So each rank has a different performance point bar, and the performance bar serves 2 purposes. Number one, to promote you to the next rank or class once it is full, and number two, it prevents you from dropping a class or rank by deducting 100 performance points for every loss. However, if you do have less than 100 in that bar, tough luck as you will rank down. Alright, so players can play in groups of 1, 2, 3, or 5. Surprisingly, you're not allowed to play as 4, I'm guessing because they do not want you to disadvantage a solo queuer. Not that we don't see it anyways in a lot of matches. So each player can be matched within plus minus 2 ranks. So what it means is that if you're an expert rank, you can play with someone in the beginner and great rank, and also the veteran and ultra ranks. But you cannot play with someone in the master rank as it is 3 ranks away from expert. Okay? So now let's delve a bit further into performance points and why it really matters. Yeah. So as you can see, there are different methods to earn performance points. As long as you do not idle in battle or get reported by others, you will get the sportsmanship award, and that gives you a handy 10 points. And next up, it depends on the number of goals you really score. If you score between 50 and 99, you get 5 performance points. If you score between 100 and 199, you get 10, and 200 plus, you get 15. And there are also ways to get performance points by maintaining a win streak, where if you win 2 in a row, you get plus 10, 3 in a row plus 20, 4 in a row plus 30, 5 in a row plus 40, and the maximum is 6 in a row where you get 50 additional performance points. Okay? So everyone, when they start rank mode, they start off at the beginner rank with no diamonds, yeah? And please note that you cannot rank down in beginner rank. So what happens is, as long as you play and you win, you will continue to go up without any worry about de-ranking down to the lower classes. Yeah. So, to illustrate how performance points that we mentioned earlier really distort the traditional matchmaking algorithms, as a lot of other MOBAs or other games in general uses concepts like ELO or matchmaking rating MMRs, let us look at something in the veteran rank, right? So, if you're in veteran class 1, for example, you would see your performance bar fill up every time you conclude a rank match. And once it reaches 300, which is the performance point bar for a veteran, you will gain a diamond. And if you already have 3 diamonds, you will move up to the next class, in this case veteran class 2. However, personally I prefer the other function, which is a buffer against losing class, because whenever you lose a match you get deducted 100 performance points instead of losing a diamond. So it gives you more chance or more leeway if you do lose, and it allows you more chances to move up. There are some pros and cons related to the point systems, which I will not go into depth. Um, the con here especially is like rewarding certain play styles more than others. For example, if I'm a support type Eldegoss, it is highly unlikely I will outscore a Crustle running goal getter. But the way the performance points system works is that you are given a number of points based on how many you score, right? So a Crustle at the end of the game could still become an MVP, running around, scoring all over the map, but not helping the team get the objective or helping the team fight Dreadnought, Rotom, or even Zapdos. Yeah, so it kind of incentivizes some questionable behaviors, like solo players who abandon their teammates in a team fight. Okay, so now that let's move on to something a bit more meaty, right? So the math behind this. Let's look at one bookend case where we are looking at the minimum number of matches to reach master rank. Let's lay down the assumptions. So first of all, let's assume that the player gets only the sportsmanship award in every game. So we assume that this person does not idle or get reported. The person scores 50 to 99 goals per game. Yeah, it's assumed that not everyone has an uber score shield, uh, Zeta Aura, or a goal getter Crustle, as we mentioned earlier. So scoring 50 to 99 is acceptable and would be an average that you should get. A player is also on a consecutive win streak. So that is by definition what it means to have a 100% win streak, thus getting the +6 win streak bonus continuously. By understanding this bookend case, we will know what is the minimum number of matches, assuming he wins everything. Yeah. So without the performance point mechanism, if you count the number of diamonds, it takes 66 matches or 66 diamonds to rank up from beginner all the way to masters. Yeah. So you can easily do that within a day. And if you take into account the performance points, as you can see in the graph over here, it takes a mere 52 matches or around 8.7 hours to reach master's rank. So what this indicates is that it gives the performance system gives players around a 20% boost. Experts and YouTubers generally hover around a 70 win rate or higher, and personally, I've seen some folks with 80+% win rates. But then again, that is not truly reflective of the general population, since their in game experience is technically the total number of games they've ever played across all accounts and all different MOBAs, right? And different people start off at different skill levels to begin with. Okay, so the next question that we should be looking at is, or the next bookend case is, how to reach master rank with only 50% win rate. So what we mean by this is someone averaging a 50% win rate, meaning they win a match and then lose the next, or maybe have a 5 game winning streak followed by a 5 game losing streak. So on average, win one and lose one. So the question here is, how long will it take for him or her to reach master's rank, or will it only remain a dream? We will still maintain the assumption that the player gains minimal performance points for each match, so only just the performance award of +10, and no additional points due to scoring and the likes. So without the performance point mechanism, there is no scenario where someone who only wins 50% of the time will reach master's rank. And that may be a conclusion that you yourself would have thought is logical, right? Someone who only wins one and loses one probably do not have the right skills needed to be a master's rank player. He or she may not know how to rotate to Dreadnought, may not know how to go for Rotom and the other objectives like Zapdos, or even score when Zapdos is down, yeah, pushing all the way. He or she may actually go and farm jungle when he's supposed to go for lane. So, anyways, they may not have mastered all the fundamentals of the game. However, with the performance system, performance point system, as you can see in the graph, it accumulates for every single match. And even if you win or lose, it just cancels out the diamonds, but you still get points. And once you reach the bar, and once the bar is full, you will rank up. And it takes around 3,000 odd matches, or roughly 522 hours, to reach Master's rank. So this indicates that Pokemon Unite is designed in such a way that anybody who wants to go to Masters can, on the condition that they're willing to grind for it, even if they do not meet any kind of skill cap that we normally expect from a Masters level player. Furthermore, the game tries to propel everyone up when you factor in bot matches that they dole out when you are on a losing streak. And I'm sure you've probably been on the receiving end of on one of these bot matches before. And you can clearly identify these bot matches by clicking on the player the player pictures, and if they all show the same pose, the same default pose, it is highly likely that's a bot match. And another indicator for you to check is if at the end of the game you cannot give them a thumbs up, it's probably a bot match. But what it does is that it gives you a free win, and it's kind of like saying, hey, don't go away, we want you to win, and continue playing. Alright? So, basically, in a nutshell, as we said before, anybody, as long as they're willing to grind, will be able to reach Master's rank, and the fastest you can do it is in 52 matches without the performance points, with the performance point system, so barely a day. So you still have time to do so before the end of Season 1. Fear not. Okay? So thank you very much for listening to this video today, and do let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this video, or if you have any other comments or things you'd like me to cover. Before we go on, maybe I'll just give you one last bonus tip. You can actually figure out what people's ranks are based on their color border scheme. As you can see over here, Masters has that nice triple layer peeling off kind of book feel. However, personally, I do like the Ultra one as the color kind of stands out and fits the color palette of Pokemon Unite a bit more. But then again, getting stuck in Ultra Purgatory can be a bit frustrating to most people. Another thing to be aware of is that borders, whatever color it is not an indicator of present skill. Some people may have taken a break, are rusty, or just trying out different Pokemon that they did not use to rank up to Masters. I personally have been paired with Master rank players who, let's put it in a less confrontational manner, Master players who are just practicing how to snipe objectives, the Dreadnoughts, the Rotoms, and the Zapdos, by using his Unite move from all over the map. So you can imagine how that game went. Yeah. So anyways, do have a look at the resources that are available on the internet, including UniteDB, which I find is very useful. And good luck with the journey to Masters. Thank you very much. Signing off. Bye-bye.